Liz Johnston omits Anna from her wedding party list in 7 Little Johnstons. Few families have won over the public's affection as much as the Johnstons of 7 Little Johnstons in the constantly changing world of reality television. The show, which revolves around Trent and Amber Johnston, both of whom are small, and their 5 kids, has documented everything from routine family dynamics to significant life events while navigating the particular difficulties and victories of living in a society that isn't always made for short people. The developing connection between Liz Johnston and her sister-in-law, Anna Webster, has been one of the most interesting plotlines in recent seasons. Fans were therefore shocked, perplexed, and engrossed in the drama as it developed when word leaked out that Liz had left Anna out of her bridal party. One of the main characters on the show for a long time is Liz Johnston, Trent and Amber's eldest daughter. Liz, who has a reputation for being witty, strong-willed, and fiercely independent, has never held back from voicing her ideas, sometimes to the dismay of her family. Fans eagerly awaited the wedding preparations that would unavoidably become a central theme of the series, as her engagement to boyfriend Bryce Bolden represented a key turning point in her tale. However, nobody anticipated that Anna, who was married to Liz's brother Jonah, would not be included on the list of bridesmaids. When Anna Webster started dating Jonah, the middle child of the Johnston family, she became a member of the 7 Little Johnstons. From the beginning, there was a mixture of cautious optimism and curiosity over Anna's assimilation into the close-knit tribe. Trent and Amber offered encouragement, but Liz was noticeably more taciturn. Anna gradually established herself as a gentle, sensible member of the family, frequently acting as a stabilizing force amidst the typical chaos of the Johnston household. Most people praised her marriage to Jonah, and many thought that once Anna and Liz became sisters-in-law, their relationship would inevitably become closer. But as Liz started organizing her wedding, little flaws started to show in that presumption. Early clues surfaced during casual chats that were caught on camera. Liz would name her bridesmaids, including her younger sister Emma and close acquaintances, but never Anna. Fans initially attributed it to carelessness or poor editing. However, the reality became unavoidable as the wedding planning process went on and Anna's lack of participation in bridal fittings, bachelorette party planning, and even pre-wedding photo shoots became more noticeable. Liz had purposefully chosen to keep Anna out of her inner circle on one of the most significant days of her life. Fans and media sources alike are speculating wildly about the reasons behind this snub. Long-standing personality conflicts are cited by some. Anna's more taciturn and diplomatic manner might have annoyed or seemed unauthentic to Liz, who is outspoken and occasionally direct. Others contend that because Liz saw Anna as an outsider who upset the traditional Johnston dynamic, she never quite embraced her role in the family. This public isolation could also have resulted from unresolved tensions from previous instances, such as arguments over family decisions, perceived favoritism, or even small slights that grew worse over time. Anna's reaction is what makes the incident particularly dramatic. Anna has mostly kept silent, choosing tact over conflict, instead of snapping or demanding an answer on camera. She acknowledged feeling upset in a quick confessional, but she made it clear that she still wanted to help Liz. With a whisper, Anna said, "It's her day. Even if I'm not wearing a dress next to her, I still want her to be happy." Because of her maturity in the face of rejection, Anna has gained a lot of sympathy from viewers, who now regard her as the family's emotional pillar. Liz, meantime, hasn't said anything about the situation. "My wedding party is made up of people I've known my whole life," Liz said in response to a direct question about why Anna wasn't featured in one episode. "It isn't intimate." However, that explanation seemed flimsy to many. After all, Liz has developed strong friendships with people she has known for a lot less time than she has with Anna, and Emma, another lifetime presence, was included. Jonah, who was torn between loyalty to his sister and his wife, was also greatly hurt by the suggestion that Anna is somehow less than a legitimate family member. In this play, Jonah's role is especially precarious. He has had to negotiate a minefield of emotions as Liz's brother and Anna's husband. He acknowledges Liz's freedom to select her own wedding party, on the one hand. However, he has personally seen how hard Anna has worked to be a kind member of the Johnston family. Jonah told the camera that he felt torn and disappointed in a rare display of vulnerability, adding, "I just wish everyone could get along. Seeing the two most significant ladies in my life fight is difficult." Ever the parental peacemakers, Amber and Trent have attempted to mediate behind the scenes. Amber, in particular, has always advocated for family togetherness and has been clearly hurt by the division. She gently questioned her daughter's logic in a sincere talk with Liz, encouraging her to think about the impact her decisions have on other people. Amber reminded her that family is about more than just blood. It's about who you choose to show up for and who shows up for you. Usually more composed, Trent voiced worries about the long-term effects of such divisions, pointing out that weddings are meant to unite people rather than push them apart. The entire dynamic of the family has been affected by Liz's choice. Being close to both Liz and Anna, Emma has been forced to strike an uncomfortable balance between supporting her sister and preserving her connection with Anna. The tension has even been noticed by younger siblings Anna, yes, there is another Anna in the family, Anna Marie, and Drew, who jokingly but tellingly asked, "So, is it safe to invite both Annas to my birthday party, over a family dinner?" The incident has sparked an online firestorm that extends beyond the family. Hot comments abound on social media, with some admirers vehemently supporting Liz's independence, it's her wedding, while others denounce her for what they perceive to be a small-minded and cruel deed. While Anna has been nicknamed the real MVP for her classy answer, Liz has been the subject of widely shared memes that compare her to conventional bridezillas. Following the airing of a particularly poignant episode, the hashtag Team Anna swiftly gained popularity, leading even mainstream entertainment outlets to comment on the situation. It's interesting to note that this incident has also spurred more general discussions regarding the expectations that are placed on women in reality TV that focuses on families. According to critics, programs such as Little Johnstons frequently exaggerate interpersonal disputes in order to increase viewership, which could exacerbate tensions in real life. The story may have heightened sentiments of betrayal and resentment that could have been settled in private by portraying Liz's decision as a dramatic snub. Some argue that these disputes, however painful, are real representations of human relationships and that the show offers a unique glimpse into the intricacies of contemporary family life, particularly within the dwarfism community. The tension increased rapidly as the wedding day drew near. Would Liz alter her mind at the last minute? Would Anna even go to the ceremony? Anna eventually went, sitting discreetly in the second row, dressed tastefully but without the recognizable bridesmaid dress. She clapped during the vows, smiled during the ceremony, and even gave Liz a quick, courteous embrace during the reception. However, there was a noticeable gap between them. There were only two ladies living together in the same room, connected by family but divided by unspoken grievances. There were no heartfelt reconciliations or extravagant displays of forgiveness. Although the wound is still raw, the family has made an effort to move on in the aftermath. Now that they are married, Liz and Bryce are concentrating on starting a family. Despite the family turmoil, Anna and Jonah continue to fortify their personal marriage by turning to one another for comfort. Even though the Johnstons are still dedicated to their reality TV endeavors, this chapter has unquestionably changed the course of the family's history. What hasn't been stated may be the most telling. Since the wedding, neither Liz nor Anna have discussed the snub in depth in public. There hasn't been a joint interview providing closure or an Instagram post outlining goals. Fans are left wondering in the quiet, was this a short-term split or a long-term one? Can a public snub like this lead to the reconstruction of sisterhood? What does this, above all, indicate about the brittleness of familial ties when put to the test by pride, expectations, and the glare of reality TV cameras? For the time being, the Johnstons are still making movies, having arguments, laughing, and falling in love, in a messy, imperfect, and genuine way. Even though Liz's wedding is finished, her decisions will probably continue to have an impact in upcoming seasons. After all, every choice has consequences in a family as close and complex as the Johnstons. Removing Anna from the bridal party was a message about loyalty, belonging, and the constantly changing limits of family, not just about who was with Liz on her special day. And those boundaries are more obvious, and more vulnerable, than ever in the world of 7 Little Johnstons, where every moment is documented for the world to see. Emma from 7 Little Johnstons looks amazing in a red bikini in family vacation pictures. Few families have captivated the public's attention as much as the Johnstons of 7 Little Johnstons in the constantly changing world of reality television. The TLC series, which revolves around Trent and Amber Johnston, both of whom have dwarfism, and their 5 kids, has given viewers a close-knit, frequently endearing, and sometimes dramatic look into a home that embraces the common pleasures and difficulties of family life while defying expectations. Among the Johnston siblings, Emma Johnston has gradually been a favorite among fans due to her quiet confidence and developing sense of self, as well as her grounded demeanor and contagious grin. That self-assurance recently took center stage when the family posted holiday pictures that went viral on social media. Emma, looking gorgeous and carefree, wearing a bright red bikini on a beach bathed in sunlight. The pictures, which were shared on the Johnston family's official social media pages, show a traditional summer vacation with golden sand, turquoise waves, and laughter resonating in the wind. Emma, however, took center stage. Her sun-kissed complexion was radiant, her smile was broad and unguarded, and she stood confidently in a bright red two-piece, standing tall, both in spirit and posture. Many fans saw the images as more than just beautiful. They were a potent declaration of self-confidence, body acceptance, and the unreserved delight of youth. Compared to her vocal older sister Liz or her gregarious brother Jonah, Emma, the second youngest of the Johnston children, has frequently had a more subdued role on the show. Nevertheless, fans have seen her change over the years from a bashful adolescent to a confident young lady with her own goals, sense of style, and voice. This development has been more and more evident in her wardrobe choices, which are stylish, smart, and always true to her identity. The red bikini was more than just a swimsuit, it was a turning point in her quest for individuality. These vacation pictures were especially poignant because of the setting in which they were taken. Emma, a young woman with dwarfism, lives in a society that frequently enforces limited and occasionally exclusive ideals of beauty. People with disabilities have historically been underrepresented in mainstream media, particularly in areas like fashion, swimwear, and lifestyle material. By boldly entering the picture in a bright red bikini, unapologetic and without any filters, Emma defied those expectations just by being herself. Her appearance on that beach was intimate rather than theatrical. Nevertheless, its influence was unquestionably widespread. Support from fans was overwhelming in response. Instagram and Twitter were inundated with comments that read, "Emma is glowing. I am so proud of her self-assurance." And "Thank you for demonstrating true beauty, representation matters." It is uncommon and delightful to see young ladies with dwarfism honored in swimwear without being objectified or tokenized, and many commended her for accepting her body on her own terms. Others said that her happiness was infectious, serving as a reminder that freedom, summer, and self-love are not exclusive to any certain body type. Emma was also supported by the Johnston family, who are renowned for their close-knit relationship and encouraging dynamic. "Watching my baby girl grow into such a strong, beautiful young woman fills my heart," Amber wrote as a poignant remark for one of the pictures. "The sun is not as brilliant as her son #ProudMama. Always the protective dad," Trent wrote a light-hearted but kind remark on social media, "My little beach queen, just don't let the seagulls steal your snacks." Under her sister's post, Liz, whose relationship with Emma has been characterized by on-screen ups and downs, added a simple yet profound fire emoji as a modest but meaningful act of sisterly pride. Emma's moment in the bikini also sparked more general discussions about diversity in the entertainment and fashion sectors. Disability representation advocates praised the visibility, pointing out that although there has been progress, much more has to be done. Although brands are gradually starting to include models with a range of body shapes and abilities, people with dwarfism are rarely featured in popular swimwear advertisements. Given this, Emma's candid, unplanned beach images turned into a silent act of activism, demonstrating that representation doesn't always require a high-end photo shoot or a corporate budget. Sometimes all you need is a vacationing girl wearing a red bikini and grinning. It's important to remember that Emma didn't suddenly become confident. Viewers have watched her traverse the intricacies of puberty, dating, college choices, sibling rivalry, and the particular social difficulties that arise from being a small person in a society designed for average height, across several seasons of 7 Little Johnstons. Of course, there were times of insecurity. She had previously complained about feeling self-conscious in social situations and having trouble finding clothes that fit properly. But thanks to her family's persistent support and her own quiet willpower, Emma has developed into a young woman who practically and symbolically owns her environment. Additionally telling is the red bikini she chose. Red is a hue associated with aggressiveness, power, and passion. It demands attention rather than fading into the background. Emma's choice of such a vivid color conveys a lot about her current state of being, at ease with who she is, proud of who she is, and prepared to be seen. It's a huge change from the times when she could have chosen to hide her identity or wear darker, more safe hues to blend in. She stands out now, and gracefully. For the Johnstons, who have endured their fair share of on-screen drama in previous seasons, the family trip itself appeared to be a much-needed reset. The household has been a flurry of emotions, from Jonah and Anna's marital difficulties to Liz's wedding planning conflicts. Reconnecting, relaxing, and just enjoying each other's company without cameras controlling the story was possible with a beach vacation, at least for a short time. The entire family looks at ease in the pictures. Jonah and his wife Anna have a peaceful time by the ocean, Anna Marie is posing playfully, and Drew is making sandcastles. But Emma, who was the main attraction in her red bikini, personified the trip's essence: happiness, liberation, and unadulterated genuineness. Crucially, Emma's story also questions the infantilization that dwarfs frequently experience. It can be difficult for society to view children as fully formed adults with desires, agency, and autonomy, particularly when it comes to romance, fashion, and self-presentation. Emma affirms her adulthood and her freedom to express herself like any other young lady would by boldly donning a chic bikini and flaunting that image to the world. She is gorgeous, strong, and independent. She is neither cute nor adorable in these pictures. And that difference counts. Furthermore, young viewers who might identify with her can benefit much from her visibility. Emma's pictures are more than just holiday snapshots. They are affirmations for teens with dwarfism who browse social media and hardly ever see images of their own bodies being celebrated. You belong on the beach, they say. You have the right to feel comfortable wearing a bikini. Your happiness is legitimate. You truly are beautiful. Emma's beach images were notable for their sincere friendliness in a time when social media may frequently seem staged and manufactured. There was only a young woman spending the summer with her family, appearing content, entire, and healthy, with no dramatic angles or over-the-top editing. The pictures were so striking because of their simplicity. They were lovingly shared glimpses of genuine life, not produced for political influence. Emma's prominence in the family, and in the public eye, is obviously growing as 7 Little Johnstons continues to produce new seasons. She is becoming more than just the quiet sister, she is becoming a representation of contemporary inclusivity and quiet fortitude. Although her red bikini moment may not seem like much in the history of television, it has a huge cultural impact. It serves as a reminder that representation is frequently found in the ordinary acts of living fearlessly and shamelessly rather than in lofty speeches or changes to laws. For Emma Johnston, that means putting on her favorite bikini, standing tall on the beach, and allowing the world and the sun to see her for who she truly is. She's not just wearing a red bikini, either. She is contributing to the transformation of what it means to be free, appreciated, and seen.